Hey guys, Jonathan Wozniak here for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. How's it going? I'm here to make college football bowl picks for January 1st, 2015. Happy Thursday to you. Happy New Year to you. It is the first video of the year. Before we get too far into it, I do want to start off by saying I am truly from the bottom of my heart sorry that I haven't been around to make picks. Some of the picks were made on the JM Sports Show Facebook page, but for the most part, not really. The NFL picks were to end off the season, but that's honestly about it, guys. And I haven't given up on this. I got busy. Life kind of took over. So what I decided to do was my college bowl picks are going to stand because I had made all my college bowl picks for the year so far, or not so far, but for the year are made because I play ESPN Capital One Bowl Mania. So obviously I just use the same picks. Therefore, I'm going to, you know, they're the same picks I would have said it in the video had I made a video. So if you don't want to think it's legitimate, that's fine. I understand. And if you do, please do. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, any of you know me. I'm competitive enough to know that I'm not happy with the record so far that we have in bowls this year. We are 17-9 so far, 89 and 54 is our lifetime record in the bowls. At the end of this video, what I've decided to do, if the video doesn't run too long, I'm going to go through and tell you how we did every day and how we got to the 17-9 record that we are at. So, but first of all, for those of you who only care about the picks for the first, here we go. It's a big day of picks. Of course, the two playoff games today as well. But stumbling until it's been a while since I've done this. But before we get to that, at noon Eastern Time on ESPN2, the Outback Bowl, number 19 Auburn, number 18 Wisconsin. I'm going to go with Wisconsin in this game here. I think it'll be tight. I think Auburn has a really good chance of winning this game, but Auburn's defense, I don't trust them, and I think Wisconsin's running game is going to be able to exploit Auburn's defensive flaws and will come out victorious with Barry Alvarez on the sidelines. Next up at 12:30 Eastern Time on ESPN and Watch ESPN, we have number 8 Michigan State and number 5 Baylor. I do think Michigan State is going to get the win here. It is the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. I think Michigan State is the better team. Baylor defensively, don't trust them. I think Baylor is a lot of flash. Uh, and I think Michigan State is just better. Number 16, Missouri, and number 25, Minnesota, 1 o'clock Eastern Time on ABC, the Buffalo Wild Wings Citrus Bowl. I am going to go with Minnesota in that game there. And now we get to the big games that everyone's paying attention to. First, the two playoff games. First of all, at 5 o'clock Eastern Time on ESPN and Watch ESPN, we have the Rose Bowl game presented by Northwestern Mutual. Number 2, Oregon. Number 3, Florida State. I don't know that this is going to be much of a game. I think Oregon is just going to be a little bit too much for Florida State. I've got Oregon getting the win. And in the final playoff game, to determine the other half of the championship game, number 1 Alabama and number 4 Ohio State, 8:30 Eastern Time, ESPN, and Watch ESPN, the All-State Sugar Bowl. I'm going to go with Alabama here. I think they're just, once again, a lot like the Oregon game. I think Alabama is just going to be too much for Ohio State. Even if it was J.T. Barrett at the helm, I still think Alabama would be a little bit too much. So I do think it'll be an Oregon-Alabama BCS championship game in the first year of the playoffs. So, all right, guys, let's do this really, really quick. How much time are we running? All right, we're doing pretty good. All right, so the last day that I made picks was for December 23rd. So we are going to start with Wednesday, December 24th, and tell you what we did there. In the Popeyes Bahamas Bowl, we took Western Kentucky. They won 49-48. In the Hawaii Bowl that day, we took Rice. They beat Fresno State 30-6. By the way, if you have no interest in this, you don't have to watch any further. I'm pretty much done talking about the stuff for today. Then we moved to Friday, December 26th, the day after Christmas. We did have Louisiana Tech beating Illinois in the Zaxby's Heart of Dallas Bowl. They did that 35-18. We took North Carolina to beat Rutgers in the Quick Lane Bowl. They lost 40-21. We also took UCF to beat North Carolina State in the Bitcoin St. Petersburg Bowl. They lost a tight one there, 34 27. Then we moved to Saturday the 27th. We had Virginia Tech beating Cincinnati in the Military Bowl presented by Northrop Grumman, and they did that 33-17. We had Arizona State beating Duke in the Hyundai Sun Bowl, and they did that 36-31. We had Boston College beating Penn State in the New Era Pinstripe Bowl. They lost that game 31-30, essentially on a missed extra point for Boston College. We had number 24 USC beating Nebraska in the National University Holiday Bowl. They did that, a very exciting game there, 45-42. That brings us now to the action for this week. First off, we had West Virginia beating Texas A&M in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. They lost that game 45-37. Big comeback there for A&M in that game. On the Russell Athletic Bowl, we had number 17 Clemson beating Oklahoma. They did that 40-6. We also had Arkansas beating Texas on that day in the Advocare V100 Texas Bowl. They did that 31-7. All right, now to Tuesday, we had LSU beating Notre Dame in the Franklin American Mortgage Music City Bowl. Notre Dame won that game on a field goal as time expired. And in the Belk Bowl, we had number 13 Georgia beating Louisville. They did that 37-14. And we also had Stanford beating Maryland in the Foster Farms Bowl. They did that 45-21. Now let's get to the games that took place on Wednesday. We had TCU beating Ole Miss in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. They did that 42-3. Ole Miss hadn't really been the same since towards the end of the season. We had Arizona beating Boise State in the Vizio Fiesta Bowl. They did not, 38-30. Number 12 Georgia Tech and Mississippi State in the Capital One Orange Bowl. We had Mississippi State getting the win there. They lost 49-34. So there you go. There is your quick update as far as how we are doing and how we did to get to the record that we are currently at. Of course, January 1st, a big day in college football, obviously, as we are going to determine our national championship game. As far as the rest of the stuff for this channel, I probably will bring picks back, but I'm not really going to talk about it here because that's not what this video was for. If I do bring them back, it probably won't be until the next couple of days. It probably will not be until probably January 5th after the Bulls are done till we get to the national championship game. So, alright guys, I appreciate you guys. I do know that I have a couple new subscribers since I've been here, so I appreciate that. I appreciate all the people that have stuck by me as well. Don't forget to like the JM Sports Show page on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I am back, guys. That is going to do it for me. I am Jonathan. Was up for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show, and I will see you guys later.